Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the fall campaign for Arkham Horror, the card game. Sunday, when we went through Return to Union and Disillusion, we managed to pick up 6 experience, but Jacqueline ended up with a physical trauma. In addition, Annette Mason is possessed by evil, but we're not going to dwell on that in this video. That is a problem for Sunday. By now, you know the drill if you've been around the channel. Upgrades and the tarot reading will be done in this video. As lead investigator from the last scenario, let's go say hello first to Jacqueline. Hello, Jacqueline. Arbiter of Fates was very much an all-star for us Sunday with all of the crazy circle tests we faced, but it couldn't save us from unavoidable demise with another one next to the agenda deck. First things first, though. With 6 experience to spend, for 4 of that experience, Jacqueline's physical trauma go bye-bye. With the other 2 experience, I'll make an upgrade I expect to make in the next upgrades video, which will be the last one for the campaign. I originally added Open Gate to the deck when I was getting ready for the TCU-themed Carnival of Horrors that ended up being the 3rd scenario of the campaign, because I was expecting to have some mobility problems in that scenario. We never did solve those problems, but we ended up blasting Nadathqua anyway. One thing I would have benefited from was having a cancel card available for unavoidable demise. So, we're going to give her one as we take Ward of Protection at level 2. This is our first time using this card, so let's take a quick look at Ward of Protection level 2. 1 cost to play, wild card on commit. Fast, play one an investigator at any location draws a non-weakness treachery card. Cancel that card's revelation effect, then take 1 horror. Now, it is a one-of, so we do need to be a little bit careful of that, but it is a spell, so if we're able to play out the Arcane Initiate, Jacqueline will be able to find Ward of Protection with the Arcane Initiate. But, like I said, I expect to make that same upgrade in the last upgrades video for the campaign, but I need to get through the next scenario with at least 2 experience and ideally no trauma. Anyway, that will do it for Jacqueline. Now let's go pay Mandy a visit. Hello, Mandy. Your hand slots are ridiculously overcrowded, so let's see what we can do about cleaning up that mess. First up, though, we'll upgrade your other Eon chart level 1 to level 4, which will spend 3 of her experience. So for recollection purposes, let's take a quick look at Eon chart level 4. So it's 2 cost to play. We gain a wildcard icon on commit. Still uses 3 secrets, but now when we spend a secret during our turn, we can take 2 of the following actions in any order: move, evade, or investigate. As a reminder, though, if we don't use those actions to take evade actions while we're engaged with an enemy, Mandy will take an attack of opportunity because you're actually taking, because the way it's worded is you're taking an investigate action. So you could use a basic investigate or something like a read the signs or a fingerprint kit, but we're not running that in this deck. But anyway, just something to keep an eye on. For our other 3 experience, let's both clear the hand slot overcrowding and give her some more options under Ancestral Knowledge. To that end, let's start by swapping out both copies of Magnifying Glass for Momentum. So we'll take a first look at Momentum. It's also not often I get to dip into rogue cards on the channel, so this will be a rare opportunity, but anyway. Momentum, question mark on commit. If the skill test is successful, reduce the difficulty of the next skill test you perform this phase by X, where X is the amount this skill test succeeded by, to a maximum of 3. So we could potentially use that on an investigate where we're up a lot to make our next test very, very easy to do. Which with some of the tests we've been facing this campaign might not be a terrible idea at all, but I'm getting a little more than a little ahead of myself there. As for our last experience, a card I never thought I'd cut from a Seeker deck is Hawkeye Folding Camera. It's an amazing card, but the problem is when it comes up, I'm usually not happy to see it unless it's at the very start of the game, and even then, I'm likely going to be happier if I see something like Dream Diary or Occult Lexicon. Plus, given that your hand slots are too crowded anyway, Let's go ahead and look at a slot that we don't usually do too much with, namely, well, it's an unofficial slot, but we'll take a look at some footwear as we swap out Hawkeye folding camera for hiking boots. So let's take a look at hiking boots. 2 cost to play, limit 1 footwear per investigator. You get +1 agility, and after the last clue is exhausted from your location, exhaust hiking boots. Move to a connecting location with at least 1 clue or to a connecting unrevealed location. I'm mostly interested in the agility boost on this one because one thing that our investigators have not had great of in this campaign is agility. So anything we can do to boost that will be very helpful. Also, it's been very helpful to... I'm surprised at how few mobility issues we've actually been having in this campaign, given how much I kind of prepared for them with Pathfinders, with open gates, and cards like that. Just anything that we've been able to use to help out with those mobility issues. But your upgrades were a little more involved with Jacqueline, but we did have 6 experience and no trauma, so that let us go a little nuts. But we'll give that a quick cut. And then that will take care of upgrades, so let's move back up top for the tarot reading. Let's just jump right into the tarot reading. So I've got the tarot deck right here in shot. We'll give this a quick shuffle. And a cut. And those are our 2 tarot cards for the scenario, barring anything crazy. First card up we find Strength 8. When the game begins, each investigator may play an asset from their hand at -2 cost. Or, during the first round of the game, each investigator cannot play assets. This surprisingly didn't haunt us too much in the scenario that we flipped it, but let's see what we end up with here. We find Wheel of Fortune 10. Once each act, when any investigator reveals a tentacle token, they may cancel it and treat it as a 0 instead. Or, once each agenda, the first time any investigator reveals an Elder Sign token, cancel it and treat it as a -5 token instead. So this is an interesting card. This is an interesting situation because we saw a card earlier in the campaign that actually hurt Mandy a lot worse. Now we've got a card that Jacqueline actually wouldn't mind flipping at all because she actually wants to cancel her Elder Sign, whereas Mandy does want to see it, but I think we do flip Wheel of Fortune 10 here, so we'll cancel. So the first time we reveal an Elder Sign, we cancel it and treat it as a -5 instead. And remember, the way that interacts with Jacqueline's special ability is the tokens that are canceled on the test are treated as having never been drawn or revealed in the test. So that means that is kind of a double whammy because Jacqueline could potentially leave an Elder Sign in the bag for Mandy to pull on once each agenda. So maybe we run into a test where we use that. Actually, I wonder. No, it probably wouldn't interact with Jacqueline's special ability like that, but that might be a curious question, actually. But I'll have to get a ruling on that. But anyway, that will do it for this upgrades video. Sunday, we'll continue the fall campaign as we enter the home stretch with Return to In the Clutches of Chaos. Before that, Thursday Fight Night on Twitch will continue with Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.